reason and faith are two essential elements in human life. Some give more importance to reason while others for faith. Yet, many delve into the inquiry of knowing how they are related or how they are distinct. Today with us four eminent personalities from across the globe. Here we have Dr. Balthazar, the head of the Department of Philosophy, California University, Dr. Jairaj, Professor Emeritus of Philosophy, Papal University, Pune, Dr. Nixon, Professor, Christ University, Bangalore, Dr. Pramod, Dean of the Faculty of Theology, Christ University. So the first question is to Dr. Balthazar. Going to the history of philosophy, what do you think about the relationship between faith and reason? Do you think that they are related to each other or they are two distinct parts of a human life?
Yeah, of course. When we see the history of philosophy in ancient times, the philosophy was not developed that much. It was in its infancy.
Yeah, it was just developing.
Yeah, it was not developed.
Yeah, it was just developing in the process. Yeah.
And the people approach were like polytheistic. So whatever they see around them, they believe that this and all God.
What they saw around were gods. They believed in them.
Yeah, they believed that everything God. So, and they realized that philosophy helps us to reason out the faith. To reason out the faith.
As the time went on, people realized that the need of philosophy in reasoning, in defending faith and understand faith more.
See, whatever they believed, it is either one God or many gods.
Okay.
But the belief is the same.
Yeah, the aspect of faith was there. Yeah.
So as the time passed by, the early fathers understood that philosophy helps us to defend the faith, to attack the skeptical, to teach the faith.
Okay.
So they came up with their understanding and they thought that faith is the reason is, and they adopted the philosophy as an integral part of faith.
Okay. Yeah. Now the next question is to Dr. Jairaj. Why did Christianity couldn't accept reason in the beginning of the church? What do you think could be the reason behind it?
Well, Mr. George, in the beginning, the believers had the first-hand experience of Christ and they did not need any philosophical thinking that would deepen their faith. And it is there, as the time passed by, they came across the time where they need to defend their faith in front of the pagans. They looked for the philosophical thinking of their own faith. That is why they looked for the people like the fathers of the church, for example, St. Augustine, St. Justin the Martyr, and all these people helped the people to deepen their faith based on their philosophical thinking. And as we know that the necessity is the mother of invention, when the people have faced with many problems and controversial situations by non-believers, they had and looked for the philosophy and they had their quest to defend and teach their faith through this philosophical thinking.
So it was rather a necessity than a aspect of faith, adding this philosophy into faith, right? To attack the counter activities of pagans and what other people, those who are outside the church.
To some extent it seems to be, but when we come to our human faculty, think of our own faculty, it is the intellectual is the highest level of human reasoning.
Yeah.
So this is what made them to defend themselves with the help of their
Reason.
rationality.
Yeah, rationality.
So, when the people, so-called the believers of the Christianity in the beginning, they were mostly illiterate.
Okay.
So they went to the fathers of the church. They had some rationality, they had some intellectual capacity to lead the people through this philosophical thinking.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Jairaj, for your information. Dr. Balthasar, we just know that, know from Dr. Jairaj that in the beginning Christians were not willing to adopt philosophy into their faith. Who then introduced philosophy into the realm of faith? Who gave significant contributions to merging philosophy into faith? Tertullian would not accept this idea so fast.
Yeah.
What do you say? What do you have to say?
Yeah, sure. Tertullian did not accept.
Yeah.
But if we see that St. Justin the Martyr,
Okay.
Clement of Alexandria, they came up with Augustine of Hippo, and they came that some contribution for this faith and reason. Tertullian was little bit doubt about this, about the skeptical, and he always asked you a question,
Yeah.
what does the...
Yeah, it was Tertullian who said what is Athens to do
Yeah.
with Jerusalem and what the academic to do with the church. He was a kind of skeptic. Yeah.
Surely he was kind of skeptical.
Yeah.
But sooner they came out that these three philosophers, the forefathers,
Yeah.
came that they realized the importance. They came sooner,
Okay.
and they realized the importance of
Merging
faith,
philosophy with
and
faith.
faith,
Okay.
and they thought to bring together.
Okay.
So Saint Augustine argued that
Yeah.
since it is from God,
Okay.
there won't be any contract.
Okay. It's the faith and reason. They are both from God, so they
It is
won't
not-
contradict each other but facilitate each other, right?
Facility is there. It's
Okay.
complementary.
Okay,
But
complementary.
we cannot tell that it's a contract because
Contradictory, yeah.
it's from God.
Yeah, so both are complementary rather than
Rather-
contradictory. Dr. Jairaj, Saint Anselm is said to be defined the conglomeration of faith and reason. He said, I heard that, I know that he said that reason and faith are both should go hand in hand. So, what's the viewpoint? What was the viewpoint of Saint Anselm?
Good, Mr. George. We know Anselm is one of the great personality that he came in the medieval time,
Okay.
who defended his faith. We know that his famous motto that
Yeah.
Credo with Indalagam,
Yeah, Credo within the yeah.
that is to say, I don't seek to understand that I may believe, rather I understand in order to believe. When we look at his viewpoint, faith is not in competition with the reason.
Okay,
We
even
know
today.
that. Yes,
Even today.
because faith is something which we have, seems to be abstract, but most of us, we feel it is paradoxical,
Okay.
but it is not so.
Okay.
We go to faith through
Okay.
the
So,
reason.
yeah. So reason is a way to
Yes,
faith,
yes, yes.
rather than an obstacle to faith.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So we must understand that reason must help us to understand the faith, not just to pass any kind of judgment on faith.
Okay.
So when we have that understanding, we will have come to certain intellectual capacity that would lead us to understand that reason is not something that will understand whole reality
Okay.
in totality,
Okay.
but we will have come to an understanding that reason cannot proceed anymore without faith.
So faith and reason, they complement each other. So without reason, faith cannot stand, or not faith without reason. That's your standpoint, or that was the standpoint of Saint Anselm, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Dr. Nixon, we know that Thomas Aquinas is known as one of the greatest of the philosophers. what is his contribution did Thomas Aquinas make to the church regarding faith and reason?
Yes, George. Thomas Aquinas played a vital role regarding with faith and reasons. He had touched or he borrowed or he undertook the ideas from the Jewish or Arab thoughts.
Okay.
While his journey,
Yeah.
he identified faith and reasons.
Yeah.
Both are coming from God.
Okay.
So there is no contradiction.
What you say now is that Thomas Aquinas, along with other philosophers like Saint Anselm, Saint Augustine, and many other theologians as well as philosophers, they understood the real usefulness of reason in the field of faith. That's what you are saying.
Yes.
So it is he who argued that reason and faith both are from God, and because of this very fact, we need to see both as complementary rather than contradictory.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the relevance of this for faith, seeking, understanding?
Yes, George. While we come across to his famous quotation, faith seeking understanding, the faith is always seeking correct reasons.
Yeah.
Then the other part, the reason. Reason is help us.
Yeah.
It is exposed in front of us the divine revelations.
Okay. So now what you are trying to say is that faith, with the help of reason, manifests itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without faith, reason cannot. Without reason, faith cannot manifest fully into the human being, because human beings are rational.
Yes. Without reason, the
Yeah.
faith cannot be executed.
Yeah.
Okay? Without faith, the reason also cannot be worked
Yeah.
out.
So it is both
Both are
both the ways.
interrelated.
Yeah, interrelated. Okay. Dr. Pramod, if both the faith and reason were bonded together, how today it is seen as two separate entities? What is your opinion? Now we know that today when we speak in an ordinary context, when we speak faith and reason, the theology and philosophy are considered both. One is of the mind and one another is of the heart. Okay. So what is your opinion about that? Are they two entities or are they one and the same?
It's a very good question,
Yeah.
Mr. John.
Thank you.
See, there was many discussion regarding faith and philosophy.
Okay.
But finally, St. Albert and St. Aquinas recognized antinomy in between philosophy and faith.
Okay. It was Saint Anselm who discovered the relationship with or the autonomy between, or it was he who said philosophy and faith should be autonomous and be studied separately.
Yes, he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Yes, he said. This was exaggerated.
Yeah.
Then finally, they commit to know there is a faith
Yeah.
and also philosophy.
Yeah.
But this discussion by going on,
Yeah, as
many
the time,
people-
as the time went on, this may be the gap between the faith and reason got widened.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, what do you, with these authoritative statements made by all the personalities here, would like to conclude about faith and reason based on the answer given by Saint Anselm?
To conclude my viewpoint, I would say that faith always asks only one thing.
Yeah.
That is, its object must be understood with the help of reason.
Reason.
Reason cannot go ahead without faith.
Faith.
That must travel parallelly.
Yeah, that means they both should travel hand in hand together.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Jairaj. When I speak of the relationship between the both, I remember the words of Albert Einstein, who said, "Faith without science is lame, and science without faith is blind." So, now here I want to make the final conclusion is that the closer scrutiny of both reason and faith shows that each without the other is an impoverishment. Without the reason, without faith, reason loses its strike of final goal, and without reason, faith has choked its feelings and expressions. Thank you very much for contributing today to the thought hour. Now I hope that many of the viewers are enlightened, and it was a great help for all of us to throw away our prejudices regarding faith and reason. Of course, it was a great benefit to all of you. Thank you once again for all of you, and thank you dear viewers for staying with us. Thank you very much.